The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Tuesday pod.
Hey,
Yes,
oh, here's Mitch, which is good because I was having a
Mitch is good.
I was having a think this morning.
Oh, that's new for you.
Listen, if you're going to continue on with that line of
Line of what?
Venomous, vitriol.
yeah, then I'm just not here for it, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Movies where because I went and saw The Gladiator last night, and it's good, but it's nowhere near as good as the original. It's worth
You went,
watching,
Mitch?
Yeah.
especially on the big
went?
screen.
No, didn't. Couldn't go in the end. But also haven't rewatched the. I was going to rewatch the first. I haven't seen it in well over 10 years, maybe 15 years, and I haven't. I think that might be a good thing that I'm going in there just watch it for it.
But my question was going to be, what sequels
Yep.
are ever A, as good or B, even better?
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good
I
question.
mean, the go.
I've
Shrek.
got two.
Yes.
First one, Rocky.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nothing against the first Rocky because I absolutely loved it. But the second Rocky, I think, is like it's the cherry on top.
Yep.
Do you agree with that, Mitch? Because your voice went high, which suggests you might not.
Easy fight. He comes back and fights Apollo Creed again.
Again.
Yeah.
Beats
But
him.
he wins.
It's just a flip. Yeah.
He wins. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll take. I'll accept. Yeah.
What about Terminator 2?
Yeah. I think the three classics that people go for: Terminator 2,
Well,
The Empire Strikes Back, and The Godfather Part 2.
Well, okay. Well, Empire Strike Back
Wasn't a
and
fan of Empire
Terminator 2, I can't comment on. But definitely the other one was going to be for me was the Godfather.
What I.
But having said, I love
Yeah.
Godfather 1 too.
Yeah.
The first Godfather, Godfather 2 was great. And Rocky, I reckon the sequel was, as great, if not better.
I enjoyed Return of the Jedi more than any of them.
Controversial. You're an Ewok guy.
Because I was a kid.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Empire Strikes Back was sad.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't
Ends on a
like
bit of a downer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Godfather. I only watched them for the first time like 5 years ago. I'd never seen a Godfather film. I still actually haven't seen the third one, but everyone pans the third one.
It's not as good.
I think maybe I like the first one better than the second.
Right.
I've got a list here from Time Magazine. That
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
39 sequels that are better than the original.
Okay.
So I'll race through the ones that I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I get through the ads. Dune Part 2.
Oh, man.
Yes, I know.
I did enjoy June Park 2 a lot.
More than the first?
I need to rewatch that. I was so tired going into that. I slept through most of that movie.
I think because it starts tying together more things.
Yeah.
The second one. I did enjoy it.
Here's one. Top Gun Maverick.
No way. What, Top Gun, the new Top Gun that came out that is better? I really enjoyed it, but that first Top Gun was just that was a
It certainly
A
lived
great
up
film.
To, it lived up to expectations, but whether it was better is another thing.
Yeah, it might be a bit of recency bias about that one. Yeah.
Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
No,
Yep.
I've got no interest in that.
Yep, that was a great
Harvey
one.
Norman zero.
We're
interest
trying
in
to have a serious discussion here.
I mean, if you're going to watch any of those movies, that is one that you could actually. There's one part of it you really wouldn't, but definitely, yes.
The Dark Knight.
Batman.
That was the Batman with.
This is someone.
Christian
You know what?
Bale.
You know what's happened here. Someone from Time Magazine was like, "We need 39 sequels that are better than the original," and somene's whipped this out because
Go back to
Spider-Man.
older films.
Nah.
Well, The Dark Knight, though, that was the Heath Ledger one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that became a
I've still
famous...
got. I still really love the first one. But I will see that because that is like that's like the fourth go-to answer is the Dark Knight.
Is it?
Can we move away from superheroes? And
Yeah.
What about Harry Potter and the
Just be
Prisoner of
adults for a
Azkaban?
That's
I
a.
said be adults for a second, Buzz.
That is the
that-
third film, but yes, it is a sequel that is better than the. That might be the
Okay.
best in the
Okay,
entire
no. So
franchise.
So Terminator 2 is on that list. Silence of the Lambs.
Come on.
Okay, look.
Come on. Hannibal.
Technically-
was the
It was okay. Look,
Manhunter.
Yeah.
Stop
Man,
it.
I
They had-
don't
okay,
know.
okay, Brian Cox, the other Brian Cox, not the science guy, Brian
so
Cox
angry.
from
The Irish guy.
Succession.
Yeah.
He played Hannibal Lecter in a movie called Manhunter in
Nah,
the 80s.
you're dreaming.
Then they made The Silence of the Lambs book.
So
Into a movie
Anthony
with-
Hopkins
Oh,
was...
so Silence of the Lambs is the better sequel.
I don't. It's
That's
not.
what they're saying.
It's not.
Yeah.
As, yeah. It's
sorry,
not.
yeah.
I thought it was the original.
Technical. I wouldn't say it's a sequel. I just think they adapted another book with different people. But if they're going to call it a sequel, then I would say yes.
Yeah, okay,
That's
great.
definitely a better.
Okay.
Better
Yeah,
film.
so long as you've got
There's
Anthony
no way
Hopkins
Manhunt-
at
Yes.
the top of
There's
the...
no way Manhunter was better than Silence of the
Yeah.
Lambs. I've even seen it. Yeah.
I mean, Sequel of the Lambs had its own sequel in
Sequel of the
Hannibal,
Lambs.
where he
Sequel
did.
of the Lambs.
Did I say Sequel of the Lambs? It had its own
Sequel
sequel.
of the
Sequel. They should have called it
Called
that.
Hannibal.
We called Hannibal, and that
wasn't
was
as-
nowhere
no,
near as
yeah.
good. But
Keep
yeah,
going, keep
what else we
going.
got?
It's
What
fun,
else
it's
you got?
fun.
These are all, I think, down the same path. Dawn of the Dead.
No.
No, I couldn't say. I haven't
Forget
seen
that.
Night of the Living
There
Dead.
you
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas
Oh,
Vacation.
here we go.
Well, hang on. So what was the
No,
original-
Vacation, European
European
vacation,
vacation.
then Christmas Vacation.
And then
Geez, they all stack up next to each other.
Which one do they go to Wally World?
Your,
The first one.
Vacation.
That's the first
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I'd say I like Christmas Vacation. I'd say Christmas Vacation is better than European Vacation.
Well, but I say that the Griswold's, like visiting Griswold, and they rock up and
They got Dead Granny on the seat.
Dead
on the
Gra-
top.
Wally
Yeah.
World.
Wally World. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
original.
yeah.
Remember when he rocks up to what's his head's house and he goes, and they've been driving all day, and Randy Quaid, is
Yeah,
it?
Cousin Eddie.
Your cousin
Cousin
Ed,
Ed.
he's cut he
Uncle Ed, cousin Ed.
comes over with he's drinking a beer, and then he's got one left, and he goes, "I bet you could use a coolant." And Clark goes, "Now you're talking." He goes, "Here you go," and hands him the beer that's got like a mouthful of his in it. And he cracks up.
You know
with
what?
a fresh
You know why it's funny, by the way. You know why that is so good. I feel like everyone has had an uncle or something that does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we had one. He did it. Yeah, he used to do it. He used to crack one. No, he used to bring a hot carton of like friggin' Swan Lager on Christmas Day, and then go straight to the fridge and
Yeah.
crack an ice cold 4X or whatever. Yeah. Everyone's got one.
I bet you could use a coolant. Yeah, now you're talking.
Lockie's texted in with a couple of suggestions. Home Alone 2,
No.
No,
better than the original, you reckon?
No way.
Incorrect, Lockie.
And
It's good, but nowhere near as
Here's
good
one,
as the
ready?
first one.
Here we go. What?
High School Musical 3.
Oh my god.
Does
We'll
anyone
leave it
have-
there. Thanks for listening to the podcast.
The Ash, Luttsy, and Susie O'Neill podcast.